It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And all eyes are on Javonte Williams. He just crossed the century mark last week with 101 yards. It's the Cardinals and the Hawks, and it's kicking off next on Madden NFL 23.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Valley of the Sun at State Farm Stadium here in Glendale. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Seattle Seahawks and the Arizona Cardinals. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Cardinal team as they get ready here. They come in off a good win on the road, and now they hit the home opener at 1-0. Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Seahawks, they come off a good win in the opener on the road, and they get a second road game here.
Yeah, the schedule makers didn't really do them any favors, but if they can win here and get to 2-0 on the road, they can be well set up for the rest of the year.
To 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Cardinals now getting set to go offensively, and it'll be the dual-threat quarterback Kyler Murray leading the way.
Drafted with the idea that he'd be one of the most dangerous quarterbacks in the NFL when he put it all together. We've been seeing that progress throughout his career. This guy's legs, we knew they were phenomenal. Arm, top-notch. But now we're seeing his mind come into the game. Reed's defense is better and better each and every week, and is showing patience as a passer as well. Not as eager to exit the pocket, finding guys downfield for bigger plays.
They begin the drive with Williams. Call it no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now. And there on your screen, Charles, the key inactives guys out this week.
And there's never anything good about any injury, but there's a silver lining to them. It's that it creates opportunity for someone else on the depth chart. Will they take advantage of it with good play, or have they not prepared well, thinking they'll never get on the field and they'll go out there and hurt their team?
No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Murray now. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That was their first third down try in the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time, and it'll be Seahawk football 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
And not only does he have all the skills that you're looking for as a quarterback, he's incredibly tough and plays the game fearlessly as both a runner and a passer. You provide a good running game around him and let him throw deep off of play action, you've got an all-star in the making.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. The drive will start with an option going left. Room here to run. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down. The Seahawks at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And this would be quite a start for them if they could win 2 straight on the road.
Yeah, the schedule makers didn't do them any favors. They gave them 2 road games right out of the gate. But the thinking on the team has to be, imagine if we win these 2 games. What a setup for the rest of the season for us.
He's got his tight end fan. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Noah Fant, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks are on the board first here this afternoon. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in Week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, Week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Off the draw, here's Williams. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. Backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the 1st. Here's Murray. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game. A CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to.
Now a hit and a loose football.
And that's what friends are for.
Right. As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turned it over there. That's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. Here's Walker to start the drive. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. 1st down yardage on the 1st play of the drive. Give him 14. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed. But they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. On 2nd down, it's Walker, and he'll go down at the 28. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. One play action, Fields. Throw out wide to Walker, and he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
Holding, offense.
Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always making sure no one's holding.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. 2nd and 20. Here's Fields. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11. The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Fields. And that will be incomplete. Now they're staring at a 4th down as Arizona's defense does its job. Now Jake Elliott for the field goal try. And this will be a 45-yard attempt. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So a touchdown on their opening drive and 3 more here, and it adds to their first quarter lead.
Yeah, everything's going according to plan so far because the offense has moved the ball, defense able to do their job, and here the special teams unit comes through with their contribution. A field goal to make it 10-zip.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Cardinal offense here ready to take over. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive. Murray now on first down. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Come on. Swim.
Murray going to throw toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Murray. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawks defense. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And that will come the offense as they take over. Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. 45 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back to Walker on 1st down. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. 15 more yards there and quickly another 1st down. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
On 2nd and 11 now. Fields. And that is incomplete.
Well, you've got a receiver here who's got 1 touchdown already in this first quarter, and they were trying to double his pleasure there. Wanting to continue to go to the guys. Already gotten into the end zone. But good coverage to make sure that this time it fell incomplete.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Now Jake Elliott for the field goal try. He hit his first. Now this from 43. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, good start for him in this one here, the first quarter, and he's now 2 for 2 on field goals.
And I know while the offensive coaches are telling their guys, hey, let's leave the kicker out of it unless it's an extra point, this could pay dividends if this game is tight down the stretch. His confidence is going to be sky high if they need him for a big-time kick.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Throwing now is Murray. And he's going to drop this off to Williams, complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. Well, this defense for the Seahawks, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And the way they did it was by getting after the quarterback. Sacked him 7 times in that game. Came from all angles, created a lot of illusions, and especially just beat them man for man. That's the kind of defense that really frustrates an opponent.
Catch is made by Marquise Brown. completion good for 14 yards. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now. 13-0 is the score after 1 on EA Sports. Back in Arizona, 2nd quarter action. It's the Cardinals in possession. Here's Mitch Wishnowsky now. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And they will take over 1st and 10. Kenneth Walker headed back out there. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And the Cardinals are going to take possession of the football. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half, because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll stay on the ground with Williams. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A gain of 10, 1st down, Arizona.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. And now Murray's going to set up the throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
Well, that's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a 2nd one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's
under pressure, and they got to him again. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far, because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
And this is going to wind up left. Well struck, but it's no good, and the deficit will hold pat at 13.
I don't care who you are. 60 yards is a very ambitious attempt. Hard to make even in practice in the best of conditions. And now, worst of all, you give the other guys the ball to start their drive at midfield.
So here are the Seahawks ready to take over on offense. They were victorious a week ago over Philadelphia. They lead here as well as they start out 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. 2nd down and 5. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Option play, and they'll give to Walker. And he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. To throw is Fields. Now the ball comes loose, and the Cardinals have got it going the other way, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case wide receiver, you got to be careful.
Certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time: completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake at the ball and knock it free.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now a give up the middle to Williams. A very good move, but for a relatively modest gain out near the 32. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
He's got a man complete. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
First down, Murray. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
The Seahawks again now ready to take over on offense. And last time, the fumble, the turnover. Now they still have the lead, but I don't think coaches care. The turnovers will bother them no matter what the scoreboard says.
Yeah, that's the relief that you still have the lead, but coaches look at what if and what it should be. Turning the ball over when they get a chance to score more points and increase the lead, that's what's going to affect them.
And they're also thinking to future weeks, maybe when the game's closer, right?
No doubt about it. You want to clean up everything. Let's just be honest about it. They want everything to be perfect at all times. They don't want to give up anything that's going to hurt their team.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll go option to the short side, and he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory. 4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try for the first with Walker, and he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. 70 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. Walker now on 1st and 10. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. And Walker once more. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. The offense on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. On 3rd down, here's Walker. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the plague did on the last one.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. That's good for 21 yards yards and a first down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. He and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth, and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Murray. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. And that is incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
A punt of 46, a return of 5. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that well, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Fields throw going into the hands of Williams. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, the defender was right on him.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Nice little juke. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. And the football back in the hands of the Arizona Cardinals. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line. Now, if you're a fan of punting, this game's for you. He's been out there quite a bit. That one maybe his best yet.
Yeah, he certainly got his leg loose by now. It kind of reminds me of my college football coach, John Majors. He loved the punting game because he liked the positioning, the field position, and he loved to play defense.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. Now a fair catch taken just across midfield, maybe by a yard or two. Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Here's Murray from midfield. This will be caught by Brown. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter.
The Seahawks 48-yard line.
So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this will remain a 16-point deficit.
Well, I'd say that it's fair to say nothing has gone right in this first half for them. Even here, you've got a chance to at least get on the board, but that goes by the wayside. And now, this coaching staff, they've got to figure out some way to wake this team up at halftime to get them going.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll start our tour out in the City of Angels, Los Angeles, where you see the final score there. The 49ers able to even their mark at 1-1 after falling in their opener a week ago. Next, we'll move from Southern California to Southern Nevada as we head over to check on the Raiders at home in Las Vegas. And you can see they trail the visiting Buffalo Bills in that ball game. The Bills trying to hold on and claim victory. Finally, let's get over to Inglewood, see what's happening with the Chargers at home at SoFi Stadium. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Chiefs. Paris Campbell, over 100 yards receiving and a touchdown catch as well. Continuing on, here's a look at the next-gen stats in that first half, and they've had their way running the football. Well over 100 yards already as a team, with 2 more quarters still to come. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, the rushing numbers tell a different story. They really couldn't get a whole lot going on the ground, and the evidence? The numbers. These two coaching staffs likely going through their final adjustments for the second half. One of these teams is going to emerge 2-0, but who will it be? To find out, let's go back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Seahawk offense set to go to begin this third quarter. But Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead now, a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the third quarter.
Yeah, and believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it's really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it. And in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them too.
And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at the 34. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And his throw here is incomplete. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Murray now to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Flush to his right. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Now Fields. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. Walker with a grab, left side. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 1st down, Seattle, 16 yards the gain there.
That's another beautiful throw right there. It gets it to his man right in stride. And I think that throw kind of exemplifies what we've seen from this offense throughout this game. They've been in rhythm. They've been sharp. They've been on it. And they pick up another 1st down there.
This offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. He's airing it out for Williams. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. Up the middle, here's Walker. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. Again, it's Walker. And he will have the 1st down as he gets this to the 47. 94 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 47. And that is incomplete. Oh, my goodness. He was in his own zip code, but somehow could not look it in. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Here's Fields. He sets up the screen to Jones. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Now here's Michael Dixon. He'll boot it away from about his 35. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And the Cards are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 15. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
And those two just have been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
On 2nd and 10, Murray. And that nearly intercepted. It's incomplete. Now, remember, he had a pick earlier, but couldn't reel that one in.
Lots of incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. It certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on 3rd down.
To throw is Murray. Steps away to his left. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Williams. And he is going to have a Cardinals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, made and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep, and they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. They'll get 4 on 2nd down, but it leaves them with 3rd and still 9 to go.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him. Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
This is taken around the 12. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. 122 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Walker with another carry. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. 15 more yards there and quickly another 1st down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. 11 more on that one and another 1st down. Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end of the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup at 4. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. From the gun on 3rd down, Fields. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Now Jake Elliott for the field goal try. This is a 40-yard attempt from the left hash. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So just 3 points there, but that important in the grand scheme of things because it's now a 3-score lead.
And to now, the other guys haven't shown that they can do anything offensively, so just take the points, keep adding that cushion, and let your defense win you the football game.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Murray. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the 3rd quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
Fielded just inside the 20. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Seattle now ready to march out of the field.
And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Back to throw. Fields.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. Run those extra defenders on the field. Dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit in the football.
Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 right at the 30. They'll start out here with a jet sweep across the 30 to the 31-yard line.
2nd and 8 coming up.
Murray now. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
To throw, it's Murray. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, obviously searching for their first touchdown this game, partner, and that quick 3 and out, that's not going to achieve that at all. Give victory to the secondary there. They brought out tight coverage on that 3rd down snap.
Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away.
This is taken at the 18. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th and final quarter. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
On 2nd down, it's Walker.
And he's got room. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 1st down, Seattle on a pickup of 13.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they turn to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
On the ready.
And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on his faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Here's Jake Elliott. Career long, by the way, for him, 61 yards. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Charles, a new NFL record, 67 yards. There has never been one converted from that distance until this very moment. Unbelievable. Congratulations to it.
And, partner, there's no way you or I woke up today thinking, hey, we might see a 67-yard field goal made, let alone attempted. Congratulations. Great job. And remember, it all starts getting that kick away, because often it starts low Usually that's when it can be tipped. Not in this case, a new NFL record.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Murray. And the Seahawks defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. Here comes the Cardinals punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. This offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the 4th quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. $14 yards that time, but a 1st down on the keeper.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you've got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone who has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
That'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the 4th. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Considering they've seen him have some big gains against him throughout this game, that's got to feel like a measure of revenge as they trap him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss.
On 3rd down, here's Jones. And a short gain down to about the 33. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Well, ultimately, not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3, and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
So out now come the Cardinals. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands and tried to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. Throwing now is Murray. Over the middle here to Brown. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Now Murray's got to have this one. He's going deep for Brown. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. The Cardinals unable to convert there on 4th down. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. Straight ahead, Walker to about the 26 here.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. And going right back to Walker. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. So we've seen this before. He's made 6 already, and now he'll try to become just one of a handful of men to make 7 in a game. So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the 4th quarter. And they're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while. But everyone that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
Murray again, 2nd and 10. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Here's Murray. Oh, look at the juke. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. Pass incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Now Murray. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Murray and company going for it on 4th. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They'll try and run some clock now with Jones. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, Walker with it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 12, 1st down Seahawks. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
After the penalty, it's Jones. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
So the victory here for Seattle, and this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
So they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field, so you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that, a total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So for the Seahawks, it's a dream start. 2 wins in 2 early road games. And they'll have another road day next week with the Los Angeles Rams. Meanwhile, for Arizona, they'll fall to 1-1.
And they will be back home next week for a date with the Washington Commanders.